Welcome to County Spotlight. I'm here today with Bill Love, Executive Director of Beaufort County Disabilities and Special Needs. Thanks for coming to see us today, Bill.
Thank you.
All right, so could you start off just by telling us about the Disabilities and Special Needs Department?
Absolutely. Carizma, what we do is we have case managers. Our case managers are keepers or doorkeepers. Initially, when a consumer comes in for services, they're assigned a case manager. The case manager will be with them for the entire time that they're in our program. The case managers are responsible for making sure that they monitor services, make sure that the nature of the services, the quality of services, and any changes that a consumer makes is processed through the case managers. We also have an EI program. That's an early intervention program. That's a program for children from birth to 5. That's a specialty. I'm really proud of that program, especially because it's probably our most vulnerable population, and we have 5 or 6 EI, early interventionists, and we provide services for about 85 to 90 families in Beaufort County, from Hilton Head to Fripp Island. Our early interventionists link families with services. If a family finds out that their child is born with a disability, we get information from the pediatrician and from the doctors, and that's when we get involved and we find out that there's a disability that they want us to work on. Our early interventionists go into the home, work with the families, talk to them about what the needs are. They also assist the families in helping them learn how to get their child to that place where they ought to be. And in some cases, if they meet their benchmark, we never see them again. Mm-hmm. But in some cases, it depends on the severity of the disability. They may be in the system for a while. But usually EIs are involved with families from birth to 5. We also have a residential program. We provide housing for about 52 individuals. They live with us permanently. They're adults. We have 7 homes right now, 2 in the Bluffton, Hilton Head area, and 5 in the Beaufort area. And we're in the process of building another home. What happens is if an individual needs services, and if they can no longer live in home with their family, then what we do is, and if they meet the standards, then what we do is we provide housing for them. Like I said, we have 52 individuals in our homes. We also have a day program, and our day program is a program where about 150 individuals come every day. We provide transportation. It's a program from 8 to 2:30, 3 o'clock. And it's job readiness skills, it's social living skills, it's independent living skills. A lot of it is to help this population learn how to live in their community in a positive and productive way. We do job readiness, so we may help an individual talk about what they need to be successful, what they need to do to be successful in their jobs, how to dress appropriately, how do you manage conflict if there's a problem, and budgeting. So we do those. We also have some after-school programs. We have a number of 2 programs, branches and breakers, and they're after-school programs. And each program has about 25 or 30 individuals. So they come 3 days a week, and again, we provide them with opportunities for them to interact and to feel safe. Oftentimes, this population isolates itself and don't have the kind of connection with the community. And our effort is not only to provide quality services, but also to find a place where they're safe and get the kind of support they need.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
so it's really that's a whole lot. Yeah. It's really a holistic approach.
Absolutely.
So, some people may think it's just the services, the early intervention,
No,
but you're really serving that person
from birth to death.
Yeah.
From birth to death, we do.
Wow, very impressive.
Yeah.
So really, it sounds like, I've heard people say that this department, it really changes lives. Mm-hmm. So tell me about that. How does it change a life for a person, a consumer who may not come for the services versus the ones who do?
Okay. What we see happening a lot, and it's pretty gratifying. Oftentimes we'll get individuals in here where the families will say they can't do something. They can't ride the van to the center, or they're not potty trained, or they can't handle certain things. And what we find is once they get into a situation and in a place where they feel safe and supported and cared for, they blossom. So we see people progressing and developing and doing really well. Compared conversely, those individuals who don't take advantage of the program, I think there's a limitation that continues to be placed on them because of society, because of families and that type of thing. So coming to the DSN program, I think it really does enhance and improve quality of lives of the individuals we serve.
Okay. And what makes DSN here in Beaufort County so special?
That's a big question. It starts with a lot of things. I think I have there's 137 employees, and they're totally committed to providing quality service. You have to do this with the heart. You have to be committed to this population. It's a tough job, and every day they have to try to make a positive difference in somebody's lives. Also, we have tremendous support from the county administration and from county council. Without the support of my staff and county council and the administration, our services probably wouldn't be as good.
Right.
So we make a tremendous difference because of everybody's support working together. Beaufort's a wonderful place to live because we try to treat everybody with the same dignity and respect, even those individuals with disabilities.
Right. And you talk about your staff. I just want to mention, even walking into the building, you see the staff smiling and greeting one another. And just, I can imagine how tough this job can be, and to just keep a smile on their faces. That's impressive. But what are some of the challenges that you face?
Well, I think there are a couple of challenges. One, disability is broad. Everybody's different, and all their disabilities are different. If you're on the autism spectrum, you can be extremely high functioning, or you can need a lot of special support. So keeping staff trained, staying on top of the latest things that's going on, the services that we need to stay in touch with, make sure that we provide quality service is a challenge. Probably one of my biggest challenges is trying to get people to understand what we do. That's the reason why I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us about DSN, because oftentimes people will say, I didn't realize that you guys were here. I didn't realize the quality of service. I didn't realize that my loved ones could get the services that they're receiving. The other challenge I think we have is sometimes families are overly protective, and they may not be real comfortable with letting their loved ones come out into a program because their parents are sometimes protective. And what we try to do is encourage families to understand that we should normalize their lives as much as possible. And even if it's a risk, even if it takes a risk. So there's a number of challenges, but like I said, I think with quality staff and support, we do this with the heart. You could come here, as you said, you could feel the staff. We're all very, very compassionate about what we do. When I come to work, and if I'm feeling down or negative in any kind of way, I can walk over to the day program and I can see individuals who've never walked, who have never, may be nonverbal, may not understand a lot of things, and see them smiling and moving in their wheelchairs. And then I realize that my problems are very small compared to what they're dealing with every day. Yeah, so it's big, and it feels good. I also believe that we get almost as much, if not more, than they do. Individuals who work with this population.
Okay, and you talk about the community. So many people are not aware of what you're doing. So now that they're hearing about this program, we will have some people saying, well, how can I get involved?
Absolutely.
How can I help? So could you share a little bit about how the community could get involved?
Absolutely. Number one, if you're interested in finding out more about our program, they can contact Beaufort County DSN and the website and the phone numbers there. Also, there's programs, volunteers. We have advisory board, which is critical in helping us run the program. And I have a very committed advisory board. We also have a human rights board. A human rights board consists of doctors, nurses, representatives from the community, social workers who meet every other month to make sure that we're doing all those things that we say we're doing. We really can't make any changes in anything that's happening with consumers, with our population, without support of the advisory board. We also have ABLE Foundation, which is a nonprofit, and we work very closely with them because we find that oftentimes our family needs support also. So this is an advocacy group. They do fundraisers. They support people going to Camp Treasure Chest, the different kind of activities around the time. So able to provide some additional support for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. If you had to talk about your perfect day, if you could create a perfect day here at Disabilities and Special Needs, what would that look like?
Boy, a perfect day. You know, for me, a perfect day would be if everybody who comes here, every consumer who comes here is getting exactly what they need in a place that they feel safe in, and every day they receive a comment from somebody to validate their personhood and how special they are. So my perfect day is if all of us are kinder and treat each other with a lot more respect and dignity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Well, I'm hoping everything continues to go well and that your program continues to grow and flourish and that you continue to serve the people in our community who are the most vulnerable. I really appreciate what you're doing here. And I even learned from you today, you know, just to the small things that you can do for people, whether they're disabled or not.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
thank you for everything that
and
you're
thank
doing
you.
here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.